minute can open your eyes. One book can open your world. Knowledge gives you power. Read and rise higher. 9R Tree. Better life begins in a book.
Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9R Tree's podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book, Forever Strong by Gabrielle Lyon D.O. Reframes healthy aging around a simple but powerful idea. Muscle is the center of longevity. Instead of chasing quick fixes or restrictive fads, Lyon lays out a science-based roadmap that uses skeletal muscle as the lever for better metabolism, sharper cognition, stronger bones, and resilient immunity. Drawing on clinical experience and current research, she explains how strategic protein intake, purposeful resistance training, and smart daily habits can reverse age-related decline and prevent the chronic diseases that erode quality of life. The book translates complex physiology into clear actions, with illustrative case studies, sample meal structures, training templates, and checklists that work for beginners and experienced athletes alike. Whether you want to regain energy, manage weight more effectively, or future-proof your body and mind, this guide shows how to build and maintain the muscle you need to thrive at every decade. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, muscle-centric medicine and the longevity advantage. Lyon positions skeletal muscle as the primary organ of longevity, not merely a cosmetic asset. Muscle is the largest site for glucose disposal, which means it directly influences insulin sensitivity, blood sugar stability, and downstream risks for type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, and cardiovascular disease. Contracting muscle releases myokines that support brain health, immune regulation, and lower chronic inflammation. The book shows how age-related muscle loss begins earlier than most expect and accelerates with inactivity, low protein intake, and chronic stress. By prioritizing muscle, you create a metabolic buffer that makes weight management easier, improves lipid profiles, and supports mobility and balance that protect against frailty and falls. Lyon connects these mechanisms to real-world outcomes, showing why traditional weight-centric approaches miss the mark. Rather than eat less and move more in a vague way, she emphasizes building and preserving functional muscle tissue as the central strategy that organizes nutrition, training, recovery, and lifestyle choices for a longer health span. Secondly, protein mastery and the leucine threshold. A cornerstone of the program is dietary protein quality, dose, and timing. Lyon explains muscle protein synthesis and the leucine threshold, the per-meal amount of the amino acid leucine needed to trigger muscle building. For most adults, this means structuring meals to deliver roughly 30 to 50 grams of high-quality protein, which typically provides 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine. She details why older adults often need the higher end of that range to counter anabolic resistance. The book clarifies differences between animal and plant proteins, how to combine plant sources to achieve a complete amino acid profile, and why collagen is supportive for connective tissues, but not ideal as a primary protein for muscle. Practical guidance includes meal-building templates, breakfast options that move away from refined carbs, and strategies for dining out or traveling without losing momentum. Lyon also addresses common myths about kidney health, satiety, and fat loss, framing protein as a tool for appetite control, stable energy, and better body composition. Thirdly, strength training blueprint across the lifespan. Lyon provides a clear resistance training framework centered on fundamental movement patterns: squat, hinge, push, pull, and carry. Readers learn how to choose variations appropriate to current fitness and joint health, from body weight and bands to dumbbells and barbells. The program emphasizes progressive overload, adding small increments of weight, reps, or time under tension over weeks to signal the body to adapt. Sample schedules illustrate 2 to 4 weekly strength sessions for busy lifestyles, with guidance on warm-ups, rest intervals, and technique cues that reduce injury risk. Lyon includes advice tailored to women, beginners, and older adults, underscoring that it is never too late to gain strength and muscle quality. She pairs strength work with short bouts of higher intensity conditioning and frequent daily movement to boost cardiorespiratory fitness and non-exercise activity. The result is a sustainable plan that builds capacity for real-life tasks, improves posture and bone density, and energizes rather than exhausts. Fourthly, metabolic lifestyle pillars beyond the gym. Muscle thrives when recovery, micronutrition, and daily rhythms support it. Lyon outlines sleep practices that stabilize hormones governing hunger and recovery, including consistent bed and wake times, light exposure in the morning, and a cool, dark bedroom. She addresses stress management through breathwork, brief mindfulness, and strength training structure that prevents overreaching. The nutrition sections extend beyond protein to cover fiber-rich plants, healthy fats, hydration, and limiting ultra-processed foods that disrupt appetite regulation. Supplement guidelines are evidence-informed and pragmatic, highlighting options such as creatine monohydrate for strength and cognition, omega-3 fatty acids for cardiometabolic support, and vitamin D as indicated by labs, while encouraging medical oversight for individual needs. She also emphasizes NEAT, the non-exercise movement like walking and standing that compounds daily energy expenditure and metabolic health. Together, these pillars create an environment where muscle can repair, grow, and perform, while the nervous and endocrine systems stay balanced. Lastly, assessment, personalization, and real-world execution. The book closes the gap between knowledge and action with tools for assessment and personalization. Lyon teaches readers how to track waist-to-height ratio, body composition via DEXA or circumference proxies, strength benchmarks, and simple performance markers like step counts and grip strength. She interprets common lab values such as fasting glucose, A1C, fasting insulin, triglyceride to HDL ratio, and HSCRP in the context of muscle-centric goals. Implementation guides include pantry lists, protein portion visuals, batch cooking plans, and travel kits that keep meals on target. Habit formation tactics like environment design, minimum effective dose workouts, and calendar blocks help sustain change during busy seasons and life stages such as postpartum, perimenopause, and andropause. Case studies illustrate plateaus and course corrections, showing how to adjust protein distribution, training volume, and recovery inputs. By combining metrics with practical tools, Lyon equips readers to iterate confidently and maintain momentum for years. In conclusion, Forever Strong is ideal for midlife adults, women navigating hormonal transitions, busy professionals who want clear action steps, and anyone who has tried calorie-centric plans without lasting success. It benefits clinicians and coaches seeking a concise framework to help clients improve metabolic health through muscle. You should read this book if you value science explained simply and want precise guidance you can apply this week without turning your life upside down. Lyon blends clinical insight with accessible toolkits, connecting protein strategy, resistance training, and lifestyle pillars into a cohesive path that respects biology and time constraints. Choose this book over generic diet titles because it replaces vague advice with measurable actions, offers meal and training templates that adapt to your schedule, and grounds every recommendation in the muscle-centric model that protects longevity. Buying it is an investment in a stronger, more capable future self, where healthspan grows alongside confidence and everyday performance. If you would like to support Gabrielle Lyon D.O, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.
1 minute can open your eyes. One book can open your world. Knowledge gives you power, read and rise higher. 9 or tree, better life begins.